Just in case you hadn't noticed yet, Lamine Yamal is built different. He's even got his name on Cristiano Ronaldo's lips.
Lamine Yamal. What do you see in this young player?
I see huge potential, great talent.
He's something even you or Messi has never done. 16 years old.
Yes, I believe that's gonna do it. It's gonna be the best for this new generation.
That's saying a lot. Lamine Yamal has been balling his way to success so far, and it's all because of his biggest trait, which is so easy to see, and yet everyone keeps missing. It's hard to describe him in words. This season, he's been on a tear. Some of the stuff he's pulled off has been nothing short of magical. In the Champions League against Bayern Munich, Rafinha starred after scoring a hat-trick in the game, but the real ones know down the right wing, Lamine was cooking all game. He had Alphonso Davies refusing to make advanced runs because he didn't want to get caught. And the way he cooked Serge Gnabry was brutal. Lamine Yamal's biggest performance of the season so far, however, came a few weeks back. El Clásico at the Bernabeu. Against the odds, Barcelona came into this one against a Madrid team that was unbeaten in 49 games, but they couldn't make it 50. And that's because Lamine played a starring role in that. That goal was special, and he smashed it in with his supposed weaker foot too. The kid is a star. The hype around him is real, and to be fair, he deserves it. The stuff he's doing at his age is unbelievable. He's broken so many records in under 2 years, it's hard to keep count. Lamine Yamal is the youngest player to play for Barcelona in La Liga, in the Champions League, and in the Super Cup. He's the youngest player overall to play in La Liga, score and assist in La Liga for Barcelona, and he's the youngest player to start a game in the Champions League, the youngest player to provide an assist in the Champions League, the youngest player to play at the Euros, the youngest player to score at the Euros, and the youngest player to win an international competition. That last one slaps hard. He dethroned Pelé off this record. And for context, Pelé was 17 when he won the World Cup with Brazil in 1958, and Lamine Yamal is only 16 in achieving that feat. Unbelievable. He's only gotten better as the seasons have progressed, irrespective of the managers. Like Xavi said, Barcelona's 2023-24 season in a nutshell was them competing with teenagers in La Liga, and actually, they more than did a fair job. Xavi gave Lamine Yamal his debut, and he saw him in what the other coaches at Masia did. His unique ability on the ball that sets him apart from everyone else. If Xavi was the guy who discovered him and made him into the talent he is, Luis de la Fuente protects him.
I don't compare players. I wouldn't compare Lamine Yamal with anyone else. But I think the best thing for him is to stay calm, work hard in the way that he's been doing.
De la Fuente wants Lamine Yamal to work hard to help the team, and it's safe to say it works. At the Euros in the summer, Spain went all the way, and in that tournament, Lamine Yamal had his standout moments as well. The goal against France, or the assist in the final. And at the end, to cap it all off, he was voted as the best young player in the competition. Lamine Yamal had arrived. See guys, the Euros were an indicator of what was to come. Barcelona's rising star wasn't just for show, he was the real deal. So how is Lamine Yamal changing football then? Well, for starters, he's changed the way we see the game. Every time he performs on the pitch, it's almost as if he's breaking a new record. And honestly, it's not normal. Lamine Yamal may have very well cracked football, and that's because for a 16-year-old, he's, at this moment, the best the game has ever seen. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and even the current generation of Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe, none of these guys were as good as Lamine Yamal at 16. It's unprecedented. Lamine Yamal has broken so many records, it feels like there's nothing left. I mean, debuting for your country at 16 is wild. 1 year later at 17, Lamine Yamal is already the star of a generation that's being termed as the future, and Didier Drogba still can't come to terms with how good the kid is. At that age, Drogba was struggling to catch a train in Paris, while Lamine Yamal was picking up the Copper Trophy for being the best young player on the planet. Even his teammates know he's special.
Of course, now will be easy to say. Of course, I see him as a best winger like in the world.
With the kind of service he provides to him every match day, it's a no-brainer why Robert Lewandowski loves him. That aside, Lewandowski, like the rest of the world, can see just how special Lamine Yamal is. The confidence he's got in taking on opponents twice his age, skill moves, the hunger and determination to succeed, it's very rare. At Masia, they're used to this. Every now and then a young talent emerges and becomes the best out of a group of prospects, but Lamine Yamal has surpassed that. Going back to his debut again, it's crazy to think that he made his debut for Barcelona's senior team at 15 years old. He hadn't even clocked 16 yet. In the 2023-24 season, game after game, Lamine Yamal got better. I'm pretty sure the plan from Xavi must have been to gradually ease him into first-team football, but as the games passed, Lamine Yamal continued to improve so much that Xavi couldn't drop him. He was that good. See, the club had let go of Ousmane Dembele that summer, and many people believed losing a player like that would make the team struggle. But every time Lamine Yamal played, it was like the love had turned out to be a blessing in disguise. He's gotten even better this season, and in the process is revolutionizing football. Right, so we've seen Yamal play under Xavi, and under Luis de la Fuente with Spain. This season, Barcelona is under new management with a new head coach, and the man in the dugout is more than impressed with the 17-year-old. Truth is, just by watching him, it's easy to say that in the little time he's spent under him, Hansi Flick has improved Yamal's game, and it's all thanks to his special tactical setup that's getting the best out of him and making him succeed. I'll let you in on what it is in a bit, but first, if you're watching this video and still haven't subscribed to Football Historia yet, that subscribe button is staring at you in the face. Click it to get more awesome content like this. So under Xavi, Barcelona had become too predictable, and this to a certain degree affected Lamine Yamal last season. Everyone knew what Barcelona was about under Xavi. They got the ball out wide and tried to always feed Robert Lewandowski. The lack of fluency in the setup meant that the wide players stuck to the system, and in turn it killed the creativity of the team. Despite this, Lamine Yamal still managed to have an excellent season in the last one, but it was clear there was more to his game, and Hansi Flick has unlocked that. This current Barcelona team is unpredictable. Beating Real Madrid 4-0 at the Bernabeu was a highlight. It so easily could have been 6. The point here is, because of how fluid and dynamic they are in attacking positions now, there's more space and more opportunity for Lamine Yamal to express himself, and he's making the most of it. Also this season, his numbers have improved, and this one again is down to Hansi Flick. Barcelona are scoring goals for fun, and for a winger like Yamal, what this means is if he can find his teammates in dangerous positions, he knows very well they can finish the chance and punish the opposition.
In the Bundesliga during the week, but look at this break, and look who it is. It's Rafinha again. Oh, he scored again!
Still one of the best attacking moves this season, and it highlights what this current Barcelona team is now. Lamine Yamal received the ball out wide, worked his magic and found the pass, and Rafinha did the rest, the goal to seal his hat-trick. Barcelona plays with a sharpness to the attack now, and in turn, Lamine Yamal is thriving. Fluidity means he has more chances to isolate himself in one-on-one positions with the opposition, and we know how dangerous he can be in these positions. When you're as good as he is, it's easy to believe the talent separates you from the rest, but Lamine Yamal is a hard-working player. Hansi Flick can't get enough of. Seems the feeling is mutual. Lamine Yamal is loving playing under the German manager. For all his attacking displays, Lamine Yamal has also shown us a side to his game that's been key for his team. He's not just displaying attacking-wise, he's working hard to win the ball too. Lamine Yamal tracks back to help the team in defensive positions and still has the speed to track back into the attacking phase of play as well. He's a natural talent. It's very hard to see wingers with this type of trait now, players who want to track back to help the team, not just in the offensive positions but also defensively as well. He's become a real asset to his teammates. Honestly, this is a really important aspect of Barcelona's game, and that's because under Hansi Flick, rather than just sitting around and waiting for the opening, they're forcing the issue with movement and dynamic attacking styles. But what this means is there's the possibility they could get caught on the counter, and to this effect, Flick needs his players doubling down to help each other. It's amazing just how fit he is. At 17, he's already played for Spain in a major tournament, playing an entire season for Barcelona, and is currently performing at the highest level in the current campaign. Thanks to the efforts of Hansi Flick and Julio Tuz, the players are sharp and match fit, but that doesn't mean the club hasn't suffered injury setbacks this season. Youngster Marc Bernal and captain Marc-Andre ter Stegen are all out for the season due to long-term injuries, and they've got a couple of concerns with a few players' fitness issues, but Lamine Yamal hasn't been a part of that. In fact, the only time he's gotten an injury scare was when he had to leave Spain's camp on international duty months back and return to Barcelona, and in the end, the directive was that he played too many games and needed a rest. For context, Barcelona's next match after this was against Sevilla, and if you guessed it correctly, he featured in it. Honestly, Lamine Yamal is football's future, and it's crazy to think that he's been around for a while now. No one seemed to notice. From ball boy to golden boy, Lamine Yamal's story at Masia was one of talent and hard work. So much so at the age of 15, he was already playing for Barcelona's under-19 team, and in the year he made his debut for Barcelona, he featured for Spain in the under-17 Euros, scoring this banger against France. The boy from Rocafonda, 304, never forgets his roots, and it's been helping him even in the present day. Barcelona has a crop of emerging talent, from the likes of Pau Cubarsí to Marc Casado, players who have passed through La Masia and are now making it in the first team. But even with that, it's easy to see Lamine is the standout option. So what exactly makes Lamine Yamal different from the rest? Well, it's the fact that he does the easiest thing on the pitch, and that's the hardest part about football. Keep it simple. Lamine Yamal's game is as unpredictable as it is basic. When he gets the ball down the flank, the crowd is up on their feet. And that's because, alongside the dazzling footwork and neat skill moves, he's not just doing this to impress, he's trying to create a goal-scoring opportunity for the team. He's as efficient a dribbler as he is in terms of goal output. His goal and assist average of 1.11 per 90 ranks him in the 99th percentile among players in La Liga, as well as averaging 6.57 dribbles per 90, which ranks him again in the same category, the 99th percentile for dribbles completed in the league. Try to avoid it as you might, the question always pops up, is Lamine going to be the next Lionel Messi? As managers like Xavi, as well as Luis de la Fuente, have said, it would be wrong to compare Lamine Yamal to Messi. Messi is in a class of his own, and it's very well possible that Lamine Yamal could follow suit and also be in a class of his own in the future. With that being said, some of the stuff he does brings the comparisons. Just like Messi all those years back, Lamine Yamal makes the game look so easy. There's the argument that football now is harder than it was back then, and if this is true, that Lamine Yamal is still able to pull this level off against pros twice his age, wow, the best thing is to admire and watch. Lamine Yamal doesn't overcomplicate the game. For a 17-year-old, he understands football, when to pass, when to dribble, when to attempt the shot, and perhaps his biggest attribute is that he plays with so much freedom. In a world full of tactical setups and players being employed to take as many lesser touches on the ball as possible, Lamine Yamal does his thing. It's like watching him playing with his mates when he plays. That smile on his face, when he takes the ball up, and yet the arm seriousness, hunger and passion to win games. Honestly guys, the truth is, Lamine Yamal has broken football. In 2020, when Ansu Fati first burst onto the scene at Barcelona, it felt like for years that would be the best La Masia would be able to produce in terms of adult talent. But now, with Lamine Yamal, they have a kid who is doing stuff we might never see repeated in football again. Every young record you can think of in the game now, he owns it. And the truth is, he isn't going to stop anytime soon. Together with his teammates, they're creating an incredible team Coach Hansi Flick is proud of. And if you're the opposition like Real Madrid or Carlo Ancelotti, it's scary stuff, especially after what we witnessed at El Clásico. Click the next video to find out the reasons why Carlo Ancelotti has to fear Hansi Flick this season.